How's it going, guys? I hope you can hear me. Hey guys, how you going? Hope you can hear me. Um, I can't get in touch with her. She's hard to get hold of, so I don't know what's gonna happen. We've emailed, messaged. So yeah. I'll throw a link in the chat, and I guess whoever wants to come in and have a chat, we can do something like that. But yeah, I haven't heard from her, and she's been hard to get hold of. So unfortunately, she might pop in later, might not. The fuck's that? Wow, did you guys know that YouTube fucking won't let you put the StreamYard chat link in the chat now? There it is. Fuck, I don't know what happened before. Anyway, well, I guess it's open slather, boys. Fucking haven't been able to get in touch with Dark Rose, and time difference sucks. She's be 7 o'clock there. But if anyone wants to pop in, have a drink, I guess. Oh, Scousey, if you're on, why don't you jump in and I'll hit you with the 13 questions. If you're up to it. But yeah, I've sent emails and tried to get in touch with her. I think the bad thing is she's expecting a Sunday to be her Sunday, which is really her Saturday. So, fuck shit happens. So, you get that. Military bike. Yeah, you said it'll pop in. We'll hit Scouse with the 13 questions. So, unfortunately, sorry guys, she hasn't got back to me. But this should be a ripper anyway with Scouse. Hey, Nath, how you going, mate? Throttle down here, Rob. Kiwi. There's 5 years in here. A few I can see there. Hang on, I'll get rid of this fucking banner. Yeah. There we go, I put that one up. So what's everyone up to on this miserable, overcast and wet weekend? Yeah, good one, Rob. It's pity you're too far away. I want to try and get to your ride that fucking, what is it, the 20th or whatever, but it's going to be pretty close. I've got to give the bike an oil change. And fuck, I changed my fan belt on my 4 yesterday. That took 6 hours. Took about an hour and a half to get it fucking the old one off. And then put the new one on. I started at 11, put the new one on, and I got it done by 1. And so that's how it shows you how hard it was. Still got grease on me. Yeah, that. Next Sunday. Yeah, it's unusual this weather, eh? They reckon it's supposed to be like it all week again. I'm not complaining. It's nice and cool. We'll get the fucking heat wave soon, probably after Christmas. But I've only got a week and a half off this year. So, yeah, not complaining. They've changed our wages. We get paid fortnightly now. And I was supposed to go for a ride down Newcastle yesterday for the kids' Christmas party for Barker, but I had no money. I just couldn't fucking get there. Hey, Bert, how you going, mate? We're just waiting for Scousey. He's going to jump in and we'll hit him up for the 13 questions. Hey, girl, V-Life, how you going? Yeah, Dark Rose, I can't get in touch with her. I think she's thinking she's going to be on tomorrow, which is Sunday over there. And obviously it's fucked up everything. There he is. Hang on, fucking, I've got to sort you out. The man, how are you, mate?
How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, good.
Good, man. Long time, mate. Long time.
Long time, yeah. Always, I just set up fucking an hour ago, but this is trying to get in touch with Dark Rose. Like, she's a clairvoyant. She's really good. Does like crimes and things like that, and reads. She's pretty strong. She said to me, she goes, "You got a male figure hanging around you about from 19 to 24 years old." I just said to her straight out, so that'd be Scotty, Kirsten's brother who killed himself.
Yeah.
And then later on, we worked out, well, Scotty was 27, he died. But then she said, what about Jason, my cousin? And he's around 19, 20, 24, so he died of a OD. Like, he wasn't a junkie, but he doubled it when it was bad in Sydney, in Canberra, and he got a bad batch and ended up ODing from it. But it was him. He was, I guess it was him. So he was around that age. Went quickly, and that's what she said. Someone went unsurprisingly, and I thought it was Scotty, but it ended up being Jason. So, no, it's pretty cool. But unfortunately, I think she's got the days mixed up. Or it's been hard to get hold of her because she's flat out with emails and everything else, and her channel. So, it happens. Anyway,
we'll do some backup. Not let
that's
you
it.
fall flat on your
Get back up. I know Mad Kelly, he always wants to jump in, but we're already done him.
Yeah, well, mate, thanks for inviting me in, mate. Appreciate it. Did you have to go and get dressed? Yeah, mate, I literally did have to go and get dressed. Not just find this.
His wife, Kiwi says his wife's fucking hungover. Here we go. We'll fucking pop that up.
I think I've been hungover for 3 days so far. Finished work on Friday and Thursday, so just like that since.
I got to work right up. We've got a Christmas party at the end of work on Friday for the ones that are leaving early. But beers and prawns and fucking KFC on. But then usually you go fucking from straight there to the pub and then keep going, and lucky you got a weekend to get over it. And then I'm back to work on Monday. I work right up to the 23rd, and then I'm back to work on. You get that?
Jesus. we haven't had any Christmas parties this year, mate, at all because of everything that's going on, obviously. So
yeah, exactly. I heard this morning, they flashed up on the news, fucking South Korea, they had 950 cases again in 24 hours and 9 dead. So fucking hell, you don't want to be over there,
mate. I think it was. I think the daily average in Alberta at the minute is about between 1,500 and 2,000 people a day getting COVID.
Really?
Yeah. And it's worse in the UK, mate. It's way worse. The UK's got it.
Oh yeah. We look, yeah. All you guys and your borders are all pretty close, and you're close. Yeah. Townhouse and shit like that, and your streets are all fucking narrow. It's just the way it is.
And plus, they don't give a crap over there. They just whatever. Let's just keep it going. But road rash.
Hey, I thought you died.
Jesus Christ, road rash. Where you been, man?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's what Rob said here. Prawns and fucking KFC are a good combo.
that is definitely a prawns and KFCs. That's a nice combo, that man. Jesus.
Yes. Especially when you get fucking gutful.
Yeah.
Well, you're already lining your stomach with the fucking chicken, so you're laughing.
Well, exactly. I wouldn't want to see it the next day though. That'd be awful. Jesus.
I'm running out of beer, so I'm drinking fucking my son's Canadian Club. You'll fucking be right.
Well, that's the first one of them just gone down range, so I've got another one here. So. Well, anyway, mate. Cheers for having me on, and
no problem.
Cheers, mate. Merry Christmas and all that.
Yeah, Merry Kiss My Ass. That's what it's the same we usually say over here. I was nearly, because the Geared Raven wanted you to do a 30-second video on Merry Christmas. I was nearly going to say that, but I thought, I better not. You might take it the wrong way.
It's funny you say that. I sent it to Mary today. I did my one and sent it to her today, so she's got it for the support MBC video thing, innit?
Yeah, hang on. We've got a road rash here. This is going to be interesting.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on, boys?
Where you been, man?
Man, live fucking working graveyard life sucks.
Jeez.
I sleep all day. I'm actually up early today for some odd reason. I'd usually be sleeping right now, but yeah.
Wow. Well, mate.
What time is it there, road rash?
It's 3:12 p.m. right now, so.
All right.
Yeah, I'd usually be sleeping, but I went to bed pretty early last night. I was drinking a bunch of Belgian beers, and they knocked me out by like 5 o'clock in the morning here. So,
yeah. Well, that's cool. You can do these 13 questions as well, road rash. So we'll do a 2-up.
All right.
13 questions I hit you all with. It's out of left field, and okay. We'll start with Scousey. Well. Military, I'm going to fucking keep calling you Scousey, even though you're
yeah, he's still a Scouts to me as well, man.
Yeah, it's still the same as me. Anyway,
I keep saying it's my nickname, so it doesn't bother me. Just keep calling me Scousey.
Right.
That's my nickname.
Well, the first question is what inspired you to do your YouTube channel? Like Rocket Rider did an inspirational video. Like, what inspired you to do your channel to start with?
I slightly covered this one the other day on the Baggers and Brews live stream, and I think when I moved over here, mate, and I saw the amount of riding and great places we could go to on the bike over here. Well, I thought to myself, well, let's give it another whirl, because I did do it years ago and it didn't really take off. I didn't put much effort in time into it and stuff like that. So when we came over to Canada, I thought you could film all the amazing places that's over here, and that was what inspired me to get the channel back off the floor, as it were, and get up and going again, mate. So Canada was the reason I started it back up again, really, for the amazing stuff you can see over here on a bike, So
that's the way. What about you, Ray Rash? What sort of started you to kick off a YouTube channel?
Well, I was watching other YouTubers making videos, and being that I'm kind of a creative person anyways, I'm a musician and whatnot, I just felt that it was another avenue for me to be creative, as it were, and make content, and show off my part of the world. I got to see everybody else's part of the world. There's other motovloggers in this area, but I would just thought I would show off my area where I live and what it's like where I live, right? And so, you know, it's beautiful countryside, like Scout says. You know, it's beautiful countryside where we live.
Oh, it is, yeah.
You know, I've
we'd
got
love to go to Canada, but you're too fucking far away.
Yeah, it's you know, I've got the mountains. The mountains are like right there compared to like for Scouts, he's got to travel a little further to get to the mountains than I do, but they're pretty much in my backyard. And then I've also got the ocean right here. It's my backyard as well, right? So I get the best of both worlds, kind of thing, right? So.
Yeah, so you get 3 hours apart. So how often do you guys get? So Road Rash, you don't get snow too much, do you?
No, here we don't. The mountains will get snow, but where I am, no. It gets cold here. Don't worry. Like it's frost on the ground outside right now. We do get snow, and when we do get snow, sometimes it sticks around for a little longer than I want it to, and then other days it's only here for like maybe an hour and a half, and then it switches to rain and it washes it all away, right? So it's
That's like fuck. My boy's going to be pissed, but anyway. Drinking his alcohol.
Hey, you can buy him some more tomorrow.
Right?
Oh, I can't. He has to wait till next week because I get paid. They changed. Yeah, this just last week they changed our pay wages rate from weekly to fortnightly. So we had shitload of money last week, and we fucking only just made the house payment this week. It fucking sucks.
Gotcha.
Right before Chrissy too, you know. So
I just want to say hi to everybody there in the side chat. Everyone's saying hi to me at Throttle Down Under. How's it going? Mad Kiwi, how's it going? Girl versus Life, how's it going? It's been a while for me. I haven't even dropped a video. It's just like I said, being on graveyards just makes it hard. By the time I get up, it's nighttime. You know, it's dark outside, so it's kind of hard for me to make any content. When I get home from work, the last thing I want to do is go out and make content. I just kind of want to sit and relax and
exactly. I know what
unwind and then go to bed, right? But come January 4th, I get to go back on day shift, and I don't have to see fucking graveyard shift anymore. So I can't.
That's all right.
That's my Christmas.
A few more beers up the lookout and fucking live chats again.
Yeah. I can start making content again. That's the biggest thing. Start making content again, right?
No worries. We'll jump on to the second question. And what's your favorite hobby to do, not bike related, other than like your vlogging and that? What's your other favorite hobby to do? Like watching soccer.
Is that to me? You literally just said it, mate. What the football's my soccer is it? It's called over here. Footy's my second favorite hobby, mate. Go and play in 5-a-side, 10-a-side, 12-a-side, whatever you want to play, and 11-a-side, proper matches and stuff. Again, you can't really do it in the winter over here. That's where you've got to go indoors. But obviously, with the dreaded C word going on right now, we can't go indoors or outdoors, and it's sort of put a stop to that. So I mean, mate, you know, I'm a diehard Liverpool fan, mate, and I watch them all over the world when I can, and I'll go to the matches when I can when they're down in the States and stuff like that. So that's my second hobby.
That's it. They're the only, not the only team that come over here, but last year, or a few years ago, last year or the year before, probably 19 or
I think it was
18,
17 or 18.
Yeah, they come over and played in Melbourne and whatnot.
Yeah, they filled that Melbourne cricket ground, didn't they? And it was just unbelievable, man.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that was fucking too far south for me. If it was in Sydney, I'd have definitely gone. But down Mexico way, it's a bit too far. What about you, Road Rash? What's your other hobby?
Jerking off. I don't really not doing too much for hobbies right now, other than music. But I'm not even doing. You play music in it, don't you? You play guitar and shit like that. I play guitar and whatnot. But
the
band hasn't really done anything. But the band hasn't really done anything since before the COVID hit. Like we were gonna have a gig coming up, and then of course COVID hit, and so the music industry, the live music industry in any city is really taking a shit. You can't do anything. So, but other than that, it's I've actually been gaming a little bit here at night, playing DayZ with Truckman on Fire and stuff. But that's pretty much about all I've been doing the last little bit. I don't really have any hobbies. I would say riding my motorcycle is a hobby, but really it's also it's also my transportation to get me to and from work, go groceries, do my laundry, you know, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Dodging the tar snakes and that.
Yeah.
Pinky tar snakes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay. No, it's cool. Yeah, like yeah, Scousey, when you talk about Liverpool, I was watching a crime YouTube channel the other day, and they were talking about all the gang wars down in Liverpool and like back in the day, and like pretty rough. Like being the harbour like there close to it the way it was a real big trade, or cocaine trade and drug trades all coming in there, and they were just popping each other.
Yeah, no, it was bad, mate. Like you say, back in the day, you know, the 70s and 80s, and even into the 90s, into the late 90s, and it's sort of calmed down ish now.
Yeah.
But you know, back then, mate, it was bad because, like you say, that you know, it's one of the biggest ports in the UK, and obviously being right across the water, for you know, in the Irish Sea to Ireland as well. You had the guns coming backwards and forwards all the time.
Exactly.
Coke coming in and out and stuff like that. And yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, now you just get little gobshites, as we call them, back in Liverpool, just fighting between themselves. And because of the whole, you know, the Irish Sea and the Northern Ireland thing, there's a lot of guns in Liverpool now, a shit load of guns in Liverpool. So they're all just back at it, mate, shooting each other and offing each other left, right, and centre. So let them crack on. Let them wipe themselves out, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same here in Surrey where I am. They're doing the same thing.
Exactly. Like
pretty much all of Vancouver, really, they're all shooting each other over the drug war.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just pulling guns on them and shooting them, and like I say, it's one way of cleaning it up, but like they're just taking themselves out when it comes to.
The thing is, though, is you take one out, and you know, one guy takes one guy out, and 3 more pop up, and then you know they take the guy out originally, and then 4 more pop up, and it just, you know, it's a thing that'll just keep going back and forth. They don't want.
It's a tripod thing. It's like it's a pyramid thing. It's like Bin Laden. They took him out, and then the next one sort of steps up and takes over. So it's going to be an ongoing drama, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Cool.
When there's a big city, there's always, you know, people that are going to want the stuff. And being that in Canada here, there's no real laws now for being in possession of the stuff, right? Like the cops don't put them in jail and whatnot. So it's getting worse and worse, in my opinion. You know, you see it just getting worse and worse. So you see all these homeless people and drug fiends and stuff like that. And it's just like their population just seems to be growing tenfold every year, it seems like, right? I don't know what it's in Alberta, but here in BC, where I am, and even where I used to grow up on Vancouver Island, which you'd never see that kind of shit now. It's just like it's prevalent. It's everywhere, right?
Yeah. It's the same. It's the same in Calgary, mate, and Edmonton. I mean, when you drive around Calgary, you see. I remember one time, I think it was about 8 months ago now. I think it was. I was up there seeing my mate, and we were driving downtown, and there was a dude literally unconscious in the middle of the road, just where he'd obviously overdosed or whatever. He was just literally flat out in the road, and you see all the homeless people. And my mate's a paramedic up there, and he said it's rife. It's really, really bad. For the drugs and stuff. So, I think you're right, mate. It's all over now. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
It's getting worse and worse.
It's like out in the back of Sydney and all that. They just all the same thing. All the suburbs. There's homeless people everywhere. Like even in Taree, you see them down the street picking up cigarette butts and picking all the tobacco out of the butts, and then rolling a tatio just to get a smoke and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've hit up coming out of last year I was going to the gym. I swim now more instead of going to the gym because of the COVID shit. But
the other thing too is, you know, they need to put more money into mental health. You know, like they closed down hospitals and mental health hospitals here and put all those people out on the street kind of thing, and that really didn't help much, you know. And when they don't focus on that kind of stuff, you know, like, you know, stay on top of people's mental health and whatnot, it doesn't make it any better.
Nah, exactly. Like I've been hit up coming out of gym, and this old fella come up. He had a cook arm and everything. He's a abo, and he goes, "Oh, really? How you got cash and whatnot? I really need a feed." And I said, "Well, how about I go get your feed?" Well, yeah. And he goes, "Yeah, no, it will." So I actually went up and just got him a fucking Happy Meal or something. It only cost me $5-6. Instead of giving him cash, I give him a feed that way, and he obviously helped him out. But there's not too many around here, but you do see a few of them sleeping on the bus stops and shit like that.
Yeah, here it's real bad.
Yeah, I was seeing Holler and his missus did a video just recently, and they were driving through under the bridges, and they're sleeping up under the bridges. Like, yeah, it's pretty much of an eye opening. I don't know where he was. He's in the U.S. somewhere.
See, I tell you where it's bad for it, and Road Rash he's probably seen it because he's just sort of above it. Is Seattle? Seattle is bad for it, man. It just every bridge has got like thousands of people living underneath the bridges. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen nothing like that.
Yeah, they do it. I've seen it in Sydney where we had to go down and pick up a bike for my next door neighbour years ago, and they were all crashed out. And actually around Sydney, they were donating swags and shit like that, giving them a blanket and a pillow, and for them to crash out, there's that many of them.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one. What was that? 3.
Hey, Ben. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah. Like, when and how did you learn to ride? And tell us your story. Like, when was the first time you rode a motorcycle?
Shit, I was pretty young. I was 13. I had a little Honda 50.
Yeah.
And then after that thing died, I never had a bike until I bought my first one. 3 years ago now? Going on 3 years. Holy shit! It's 4 years now. That's a 2018. Yeah. It's going on 3 years now. So it was a 2018 when I got back on the bike myself. So
nice.
I don't know. It was for me. It was just like I said. I started watching YouTube guys, and actually, it started with me. I was on Craigslist looking at musical instruments, and I'm bored. I want to look at some motorcycles because it was the next one down, and that just got me hooked on bikes. And well, the rest is history. Now I own 2 bikes, right? So
that's it. Well, they used to guess when you start to learn, as a kid or later on.
Yeah, again, going back to the big city thing, you know what it's like in big cities, man. There's always a lad who's got a scrambler, as we call him, and he's ripping across the school field like 2 on it, on a full blown scrambler. So so the first time I sort of not got into it, but had a go was when my mate rocked up with this huge bloody scrambler thing, and I was like, "Where'd you get that from?" He's like, "Yeah, don't ask no questions, get told no lies," type of situation.
Yeah. I need to know basis.
He ripped across the school field, and I remember getting captured by my dad, and he went off his rocker. He went absolutely. I remember he dragged me down the road back to the house by my hair. It was fucking awful.
We're only just talking about the underworld of Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's another story, my dad. Jesus Christ. But anyway, that was it, mate. And then as you do, you being in the army, you can go and do the course and learn how to ride and stuff like that, which I did years and years and years ago. And it just, I don't know, I always had other things going on where I just, I didn't have a bike at the time, and eventually when we come out here is when I got the bike for I picked up the bike again, biking again, and then it went from there. So properly for about the last 6 years, I'd say. But previous to that, going back years when I did it with the army and stuff. So
yeah, that's the way I started. My brothers are 11 years older than me. One race motocross, other one race midgets. Like 500s in the speedway, and I just, like I said, I had an MR50, and I just ride around the pits when they were racing. So, or when they weren't racing, there's always a lot of long dip caps between their races. So, I was just razzing around the pits, and there was always a track on the side somewhere to go riding.
Yeah, and that's it, mate. But you find nowadays that there's a lot more older people getting back into biking and actually getting into biking for the first time. You know what I mean? Lads are getting the bikes at like 40-year-old and stuff, and they've never ridden before in their lives.
Exactly.
Not too much biking. Exactly, Kiwi. Exactly, mate.
Yeah. G'day, Polar Bear. Welcome to the chat. He's a new one. I haven't seen him before. And say oi. No worries. We'll jump on to the next one. Question 4. That's a drone one. What's your worst experience with a drone?
Well, I don't own one, so I can't answer that one yet.
You're laughing.
I've got two. I've got two ways sort of. One, I got the missus got me one for Christmas. The white Phantom, I think, the DJI Phantom.
Yeah, the Phantom.
Yeah, that's it. And as I was practicing where we used to live in the village up by the base, there's like a row of houses in a big circle, and in the middle was like a kids' playground thing. You know, like a seesaw and a climbing frame and all that. But anyway, I thought I'd been practicing for a couple of days, and I thought I've got this, man, nipped, easy peasy. This is. Anyway, cut long story short, I slammed it straight into the tree house of this park, and the camera came off and everything. I was like, oh my god. Literally fell off. And I tried to hide it from the missus, and she's like, why are you not flying your drone? Are you bored with it already? I was like, no. It's just, and she found it and she went off her head. I was like, oh man. But literally, I think it was about a month or so, or 2 months after I'd fixed it, we went down to bloody hell, what's it called? San Francisco. And I was flying the drone. I was like, I'll fly the drone next to the Golden Gate Bridge and try and get it over to Alcatraz. But anyway, Alcatraz was a no-go, clearly, because it was just too far. But as I was flying it around the Golden Gate Bridge, me being my little whale just flying around, and I get a tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and the park ranger, I was like, oh no. She's like, excuse me, sir, you're in a national park and it's a $5,000 fine for flying your drone here. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, so can you bring it in and land it, please? And then we can have a talk. I was like, oh, no, man. So I flew it in. Anyway, long story short, again, it turns out she was an ex-army girl. She'd been in the U.S. Army. I give it a whole, I'm a tourist, I'm in the army, I'm British Army, blah, blah, blah. And she let me off, man. Thank God, because that would have been holiday over. Like, back in the car, let's go home.
Like, look, I'll delete it now.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I just played dumb. I played, the whole.
The SD card, you take it.
Yeah. My ass was going like that, mate, for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you saying that one a while ago. Yeah. Mine, yeah. I pushed the launch button and it fucked off on me and never come back. So I did a practice and it flew and hovered above the car and I tried to land it on the bonnet and just made it on the bonnet. Then I put a new battery in it, did the whole sync thing, and I thought, I'll push the one button launch this time. Just change the battery just to be sure. And fucking push the one button launch and whoosh, fucking away it went up and fucking it kept going. I pushed the return button, it's beeping away. Nah. It's like, oh, well, okay.
You never find it again? Did you find it or not?
No, fucking he's gone.
Jeez. Yeah.
I put the battery in and the battery lasts about 15 minutes. So it's probably fucking way over in the national park there, state forest somewhere.
Hey.
Yeah, you get that. Yeah. But, I'd like to get I'll get the Mavic Air 2 eventually. With my young fellas. He said, what do you want for Christmas? I said, just give me cash so I can fucking save up for this drone.
Nice.
I was looking at the Mini too, but they're sort of the same, but they're too light, so I'll go the Air.
Yeah.
And practice a bit more, I guess.
Yeah, I'd like to get the Mini myself one day.
Yeah. The Mini too, it's got you don't have the Wi-Fi to control them. They got a better controller thing.
Yeah, they've changed the way it works now.
Yeah, exactly. They changed the whole sync thing and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's one to have a
you
crack at.
You get a little more distance and whatnot, and I guess it's reads better between the controller and the drone.
Yeah, that's right. You don't break contact.
Yeah.
Like the fucking one that flew away when I pushed the button to launch it. I was straight on the phone. That fucking drone, text me message, goes, oh, he's happy.
Gone $1,000 down the pan.
Oh, it was actually a Christmas present, but I think it was faulty when I got it. So that's my excuse anyway.
Yeah. That's what I said when I flew into the fucking kids' playground.
They shouldn't have put the bars there.
Why wasn't there a little light on the top to warn incoming aircraft?
Like a runway. I'll jump on the number 5. This is sort of in Road Rash's area. Favorite music concert you've been to? And favorite music?
Well, favorite music. I tend to go towards thrash metal.
Yeah.
But I like all sorts of music. It doesn't really matter, as long as it's good music that's been written and it's not all done on a computer like a lot of today's music is. But favorite concert? Well, best stage show I've ever seen is, of course, Iron Maiden. Those guys will put on a stage show that no other band will do. Best up close concert I would say would be Testament. Those guys just had so much energy, and they're all older than I am, right? And they've been doing that shit since the 80s, and they still can just slam it out hard and heavy.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are probably would be my choices right there.
Yeah, I'll say.
But if you ever want to go see Iron Maiden live, man, like the stage show that those guys put on, it's just amazing. And for how old we all are, and they're still.
I've seen them in the 90s.
I've
seen them Fear of the Dark tour. They come to Sydney and played at the Hortonbury, and it was awesome. They were going last year. We had tickets. So it was my mate at school that got me into Iron Maiden. Well, he was in the same as me, didn't get me into it. That's what he had in common. And you'd never seen them. So me and the missus bought him a ticket.
Yeah.
And him and his wife, and we were all going to go to the concert in 2020 when they were coming over, and they fucking canned it and couldn't make. Like, I miss Slipknot, Metallica, I miss fucking Iron Maiden all because of this COVID stuff. And I was kicking. Yeah, I wanted to take me mate to see Iron Maiden, but I really wanted to see Slipknot because they brought out a new album and all that, and I've been plugging it and playing it and all the songs. Then you go to the concert and you just have a good time, but it didn't happen. So still waiting for them to come over. They're one of the ones I really want to see.
Yeah, it'd be nice once this COVID shit's gone and we can go see live music again, because my buddy and I had tickets to go see Testament in March, and then of course COVID hit just prior to it, and we were like, well, what's happening? Are we going to be able to go see this concert or not? And then they just basically canceled all concerts. So
what was I about to say? We wanted to see the Slipknot and whatnot. But then over here, it's right in Australia, like they've opened up and you can dance in nightclubs and that now, as long as you've got a 2 meter gap between you. So over here, it's sort of it's not as drastic anymore. Melbourne's a hot place, like Melbourne and all down south there, Mexico way, because it is a multicultural state.
Yeah,
they all come from all over there, and I don't know why, but and all the borders are open, but it's slowly improving here a lot before Chrissy and whatnot. So next year's looking pretty good, and open the crowds again for the football next year, and they've already got the next year's games out and roster. So it's looking good in Australia, but like when we see like South Korea had 950 cases and 9 deaths in 24 hours. It's this morning on the news. It's not improving anywhere else. So.
No, mate, it's not. It's not.
What about you, Scousey? What was it? All your music?
You know what, mate? As a Scouser and a guy from Liverpool, I grew up sort of listening to the Beatles and all that sort of the bands from Liverpool. But when you get to sort of 17, 18 year old, I started getting into trance, and one of the biggest nightclubs in the UK was in Liverpool called Cream. So I started getting into all that, the dance and trance era. Used to go to Ibiza more or less every year, I think 13 times. I ended up going there eventually, but and Ibiza is the dance capital of the world, so to speak.
Yeah.
But as you get older, mate, it's sort of you can't really do that anymore. You can't bounce around like you're 18-year-old anymore. So I'd always had a passion for rock. So I think as I got older, I started swinging more to the rock side of life, and then I'm massively into that now. And I went to watch Linkin Park in Hanover when I was based in Germany, and they were just phenomenal, man. They were amazing. They were really, really, really cool. And the same year, there was a festival in Germany that happens every year called the Hurricane Festival.
Good. Yeah.
And, mate, there was all sorts of bands on there, from Snow Patrol to Madeline Manson, for Christ's sake, So it was crazy, mate. And I think the last concert I went to last year was Theory of a Dead Man, and they were in the and they were brilliant, mate. They were really, really good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they play good shit.
Fear of a Dead Man. Yeah, they're from Vancouver.
Yeah.
No, they're pretty good.
Yeah,
but they were in the local. I think 6 months previous to that, I started getting into what the bloody hell are they called again? Oh my god! Hang on, what's that?
Animals.
What?
Animals.
Animals. Now we get into animals. Wow, what are they called? Hang on.
Called Roger.
Sad Man's Tongue and all that sort of stuff. Oh Christ! That video with the cars, it had the cars in slow motion. You had that song on. I said, "Oh, is that the new one from so and so?" And you went, "Yeah, that's it." Oh, what the hell?
Oh, Volbeat.
Volbeat.
Yeah, Volbeat. Yeah.
Volbeat. So
that's right. Yeah, the one on the beach. Yeah, that 30 Second Bone. That's a good song. That one.
Brilliant, mate.
They were awesome.
Literally, I think they're my favourite band at the minute. Is Volbeat, even though I can't remember the bloody name. As I started getting into it, they appeared at the sort of the local, place to go and the local venue. And I thought, I can't be bothered. And the more and more I got into Volbeat, more and more, I wish that I went and seen them, because that Christ knows when they're going to be back. But
we don't hear them in Australia. They don't play them. But then saying that, I've got a radio app on my phone now because I listen to a Bluetooth speaker at work, and I've got a Gold Coast channel, which is just in Queensland. They're called Rebel Rock, and they played fucking Volbeat. A few of the songs come on, and I'm going, the first time I heard Volbeat played on the radio in Australia, and that was Rebel Radio in Gold Coast. And other than that, you don't hear them.
Do you know what? I didn't realise they've been going now. They've been going for about 20 years, Volbeat.
Yeah, fucking yeah. What's his name? Blacktop Devil's seen them about fucking 16 times.
Has he?
Yeah, he goes, I like all their old stuff. I said, it's like I like everything that they've sung. I love their when they're fucking singing in the hall, and I can't remember the name. It's the name of the song that escapes me, but it's got a sort of a reggae fucking guitar flick to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name, but at the moment it escapes me. But yeah, it's a good. They got a good mix, and when you hear them, you can tell they're fucking inspired by Metallica. Just Metallica, and then they mix it up, and then they got the 50s rock, and they're really good. They mix it up.
Yeah, they do.
That's what I like about them.
See you later, Rob. See you, mate.
See you, Rob. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I've seen Metallica too, Clinton, in fucking Horden Pavilion. It was Mrs. Smitty's first concert in '98. It was the Justice for All tour. We were rolling up, and there were people passed out in the gutter spewing, and there was fights and all that before it even started. And the chicks passed out in the gutter, and I said to the missus, I said, "Oh, there's a waste of $150 for a ticket," or whatever it was back in the day. And they crashed out in the gutter. I miss Lincoln Park. They played at we had a festival here. It was awesome. I took the whole family. It was $200 a ticket, so it cost me $800. The boys and everything, and we had 16 bands we wanted to see on the chart, and what they had, there was Cypress Hill, Blink 182, Offspring, Metallica, Linkin Park, Queens of the Stone Age, Sum 41. It was fucking everything, and Garbage and all that. And it was after the floods. Garbage weren't going to. They made it, but they couldn't. The trucks had trouble getting to Sydney from the Gold Coast, and Paramore rolled up late, and they actually Blink played, then Offspring, and she rolled up, and Blink said, "Oh, use our gear," and so they got one of the local bands, the Shark, play a 20-minute set, so they got set up. Yeah. And then she put on a storm, mate. She goes, "We appreciate you all, staying here," because Metallica was playing at the other stadium because there's two. We thought, we'll stay at this one because there's more bands here that we wanted to see than the other. And they had Anthrax and fucking Stone Sour. What's the other one? Bloody Valentine. It was awesome. It was awesome.
That's a lineup, that, man. Jesus.
That'd have to be my best festival because Yeah, they got Triple J and they have big day outs and all that. And I've seen Limp Bizkit live and Ramstein and all that. Ramstein, they put on a good show.
They don't do festivals here. We have concerts that roll through with, a few bands, but they never do any big, any festivals that they have here that's music-wise is always dance or trance or whatever. All you hear is boom, 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 boom. Yeah. They have one that they do outside here where I live in the park, in Holland Park, and all you hear is that kick drum for fucking 10, 20 miles away from that place, man. It's just, that's all you can hear. Yeah. Right? It's just like, can we have any other festival other than that? Can us people who like rock music or metal music go to a festival like that? Oh, no, we can't have that. No. But you can have half naked freaking teenagers all running around listening to a kick drum for fucking 8 hours.
Off their head on acid, just running around with fluoro fucking lights on and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love a good concert. I love music. I like everything. If it's got a good beat, I'll listen to it. 50s, 60s rock.
Yeah, I love the Beatles. Fucking Beatles, gas, man.
I remember they used to have that cartoon. I used to watch it every morning. The Beatles
really?
Cartoon, and fucking they were awesome. I wake up every morning and watch it, and Long Hard Night and all that. They're also all the classics.
Yeah.
Cool. What are we up to?
I think that was number 5.
This is a good one. This gets interesting now. Okay, Scousey, this one's for you. Tell us something mischievous about yourself that you've done growing up and your oldies don't know about.
Mischievous growing up that the old ones don't know about.
What'd you do? Whatever you did. Doesn't matter if they know now.
Fucking hell. Let me think. That's a tough one, that, mate, because most of the time I got caught.
Right, same here.
So you weren't very good at it.
No, I was shit at being naughty. I suppose that, I don't know.
Fucking Stevie's gone again. You wait till he gets home.
Jesus. I don't know. Probably one time I didn't get captured was as bad as this sounds. There's a train in the UK. It's called the Intercity 125, and it was the fastest train in the world at one point, and especially when I was a kid. So me and my mate Jay Farrington, I think his name was, we literally decided, let's take a shit on the railway line and tie a teddy bear between the two things and leave it in the middle of the railway line to see what would happen. And we got captured by the cops, and
The transit cops got you.
I've never seen a teddy bear disappear before in my life like that quick. It just went, man. It went for about 6,000 meters into midair.
Yeah.
Anyway, just crazy, mate. That was about it. I didn't end up getting, coppers didn't tell me mum and dad, so that was probably one of the only times I didn't get captured by my mum and dad.
What about you, Ray Rash?
I got busted.
You've done?
I got busted for everything. My mom, my mom was good, man. Like she knew, she was, because she must have did it all herself. Because what I used to do as a kid, and come Christmas time, I used to sit there and try and open up my presents to see what I'd get for Christmas. And fuck, my mom was all over that, man. Like she knew, anything I tried to do, she knew. Oh yeah, she was like, "You try to? I know everybody in this town." And sure enough, man, every time I tried to do something stupid, she'd bust me, man.
That's the fucking same as me. Because, like I said, I've got 2 brothers, 8 and 11 years older than me, and fucking they've done it all. So mum and dad knew it all. So
yeah,
when I was at home, I couldn't do too much, but when I moved away and started me Wollongong and boarding and living away at Wollongong, and that was I had no work for 12 months. I was doing a course at TAFE, and that was my rebel this year, and we got into some shit and didn't get caught, which is good. But it's funny how Scousey was talking about the train thing. We got traced by transit cops. We got off at the train station, and no ticket. And he ran up the train line, scouted down this hill, down the embankment, fucking scaled this. We got on our way to a party, scaled this fence, and ran up the streets under the street lights and finally got to the party because we got away from him. And here's my mate. He's actually got the handle of a fucking telephone in his hand. He actually ripped the fucking handle off the train station phone line.
Oh,
and he a handpiece with the fucking curly cord on the end of it. He goes, "Hey, didn't you kill my brother?" Like this. God, fuck you, man. No wonder if I can get shot. And we rolled up at the party. They're all in there, drunk, all high as a kite and whatever else. And we walked in there with this phone thing. And we're like, "Hey, didn't you kill my brother?" And all this stuff. They just thought it was the best thing. And they didn't know we just got chased fucking about 2K by the coppers, railway coppers up the train line to get away from them.
Fuck.
But that's a secret. You can't get caught.
Yeah, that's just it. You can't get caught. That's for sure.
Man, and then it's allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, exactly.
Yeah, cool. I dig that question. It gets everyone fucking in trouble.
Don't like that question.
All right. Well, this one sort of marries up to the other one. It says, "What's your favourite sport to do or watch on telly?"
F1.
40.
F1.
Yeah. Anything racing.
Yeah, like you.
You
I
know.
love V8s and the footy. Same here, like the supercars. Bathurst is like the grand final of all race.
Yeah. I've seen the Bathurst 1000 a couple times.
Yeah, it's all day. Everyone goes, "Oh, how can you sit there and watch motor racing all day?" Well, obviously you're not a petrol head and you haven't been brought up around cars because that's all I knew as a kid.
Yeah, same here.
And in Canberra, it's country and it's only you got a man-made lake that you'll live around, and that's all you did was cars, bikes, and shooting, fishing, hunting. That's it. That's all you could do back then. So they say, how can you sit down there and drink, of course? So how can you sit down there and watch a motor race all day? Well, 7:30, you're cracking a beer and you turn the telly on and you're watching the fucking races till the end. You're either a Ford or Holden.
Yep.
And it's just the way it is. That's the only thing me and my old man sort of did was watch, and my family, my brothers, we would watch Bathurst and football.
We used to go and watch the touring cars, the British touring cars. That was mental. That used to always drive because we were a tight ass and we were only young. We just passed our test. We used to like literally park next to the wall at Alton Park in Cheshire, and we used to stand on top of my bloody, I think it was a 1996 Fiat Regatta or something. It was just a shed of a motor. So we used to just stand on top of the car and watch the touring cars. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I used to love when we used to get the British touring cars, the BTCC, I believe it was called. Over here in Canada, and watching those races. Those guys were like, they were brutal. They would just smash each other off the track and shit. It was like this was good racing. But now we don't even get that here anymore. So
they didn't know anything about fucking race line. They just fucking, I'll see if I can squeeze in this corner.
Knock the guy out of the way, like his shoulder check and body check him essentially out of the way. Right?
There was always two guys, I can't remember the bloody name, two guys who were at it constantly. One was driving for, I think it was Vauxhall. And one was, or Opal, and one was driving for something else. And these dudes, man, they just, like you're saying, they just used to smash, literally try and take each other out the whole way around. Yeah. And they were fighting in the pits and everything. It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was good racing back then. Yeah, too many rules now in racing too. Yeah. You know, like that's even F1 now, F1, they're starting to put a little too many rules about cutting the track and. You know.
I love the speedway. I had a mate in Canberra when we were there last before we moved here. Stock car racing and all that. Two brothers. I've seen them. They're right up there. They were in there. And then if someone did something wrong on the track, as like you see on that fucking Cold Trickle, put the tyres on and then he goes out and fucking T-bones him. That's what they did. That's what they do on the speedway too. If they're pissed off, they'll fucking race around the track, get up beside it, and then fucking bush in your fucking side door. So you got a panel to fix. You fucking cut me off, you bastard. And I was saying,
I live around here.
You see behind the thing.
Sorry, Smitty, go on, mate.
I was just saying, like when you're in the pits behind the scenes, you actually see the fights in the pits as well because they come in and then they're fucking chasing each other around the pits.
Yeah. It's mental, man. Motorsport, Jesus.
Oh, it's the best thing though. And bikes, of course. I love me motocross. Gary racing motocross and all that. And he had a chick. She'd finish in front of him. I only thought about this other day because I watched the American Motorbikes yesterday on KO. Just something to watch. And he had this chick. He grew out of it. He's 6'4" and 130 kilos now. But when he was racing as a teenager, this chick would finish in front of him all the time. And she had leathers, and she had a pair of lips embroidered on a butt. So that's all he could see with the fucking kiss my ass, fucking lips stitched on a butt when he's racing behind her. That's all he could see was the fucking pair of lips on her fucking backside. J-Mac's in the house. There you going, boy?
Hey, Mark. What's happening, mate?
There's a guy I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, he'd be on it. All right. Number 8. Oh, yeah, this is a good one too. Okay, what celebrity does it for you? One person you wouldn't kick out of bed if she fucking farted.
Kelly Hu. I'm just watching her on TV right now.
Who's that, Kelly Hu?
Yeah, Kelly Hu. She's a Chinese actress. She was on a TV show called Martial Law. She's been on quite a few different.
Yeah.
But this is from the 90s, but she was still pretty hot back then.
Yeah, it's all right. Sandra Bullock's mine, and that Mexican chick. I'll keep fucking. What's her name? Salma something. She's out of. Yeah, Salma Gala.
Salma Hayek. Yeah.
Yeah, she's out of Dust Till Dawn and all that. Yeah.
For me, it's either Katy Perry or what's her bloody name again? What the fuck's her name? There's a girl back in the UK. I can't remember her friggin' name, but yeah, Katy Perry's up there for me. Like, she is fit.
Yeah, fits right. No, there's plenty out there. This is a couple. All right, this is a drinking one. What's your favourite beer, drink, spirit, cider? What's your poison? And what's your favourite go-to hangover breakfast?
Oh, hangover breakfast is easy. That's bacon and eggs. Greasy bacon and eggs, man.
Bacon roll, barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Straight up the Keppers the next morning about 10 o'clock. It'll be a big cook me up some bacon.
Bacon and eggs would cure the hangover like right now. For beer, man, my go-to is the Bavarias, right? But I don't know. I still think that the Belgians brew the best. Like, I had 5 Belgian beers last night, and the weakest one was 7.9, and the hardest, and the rest were all 10.5.
Yeah, in Australia, we're only allowed to brew the limit.
And I woke up with no hangover. That was the thing, right?
Yeah.
I was not hungover after drinking that many strong beers.
No preservatives.
Strong beers, right? And I felt fine, Didn't feel like I was like, oh my God, I should have drank so much last night, right? So yeah, the Belgians know how to do it. You can drink enough of them, get good and drunk, and still wake up the next day and feel good.
Yeah. Well, you Scousie? Beer.
For me, mate, my favourite beer on earth is a beer that you can only get in one place in the world, and it's in Berchtesgaden in Germany, in Bavaria. The place Adolf Hitler's home sort of thing. There's a local brewery there, and it's called Lubilaums, the beer. Or I'm probably saying it wrong, but that's what I call it, Lubilaums. And that, for me, man, is just unbelievable beer. It's gorgeous, probably the best beer I've ever tasted in my life. But yeah, that's for me my favourite is, and again, close second to that would be again another Bavarian Hofbrau house beer.
Hofbrau, yeah.
So yeah, mate, have a good one. Yeah.
There's definitely a few German beers I enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I spent 18 years in Germany, so I'm slightly biased with the Bavarian sort of German beer. But yeah, that's definitely my fave.
I had a Schneider Weiss. I took a picture of it. It's on my Instagram, but it was 12%, and that was the strongest German beer I've found yet out of Germany, and it's from Munich, because Schneider Weiss is out of Munich, And it was really good and quite tasty. It was kind of funny because I seen it at work there. I was going through an area, what we call specs, which is the hard to get alcohols and beers and stuff. And I seen it on the shelf there at work. And I'm like, oh, what the hell is this? Oh, it's 12%. So I pulled my camera out, took a picture of it, even though we're not supposed to use our phones on the floor. I went to the beer store just down the hill here from me where they bring in a lot of import beers. So I go up to the guy that does all the ordering. I pull up the picture and I stick it in his face. And I'm like, can you order this? He looks on the computer, goes, chicken, chicken, chicken. Blink, hits enter, and he goes, done. And I'm like, sweet. And 2 weeks later, it showed up in the store. So I was able to finally get a bottle of it. And yeah, man, that was really tasty beer. I'm actually going to probably grab a couple bottles of it tonight for when I have some beers tonight. But yeah, it was 12% German beer, man. It's quite a rare one. I've seen, 9% is quite common for a German beer, but a 12%er, oh my god.
Yeah. The highest over here, your Cooper's Sparkling Ale, it's 5.8. It's real muddy. It's some muddy waters and
we have that in specs. I've seen the Coopers in specs at work. I haven't tried it yet though.
Clinton says Bundy OP rum and War Pig's Great Northern. Well, what Skid Pig drinks, he drinks full strength, and the missus here, she likes the mid strength, which has got the black marlin on it and the black logo, whereas Skid Pig's one, they got the white marlin and the red says original, whereas the mid strength says super crisp. And like I said to him before, like if the missus says you can buy as many fucking super crisps as you want, go for it. So that's why I buy it. I got passed out with that one, so I just fucking keep buying it. But I don't mind the original. I love the original too. Like, but my favourite is obviously what my old man and brothers used to drink is Resch's. It's a Silver Bullet Resch's Pilsner over here. J-Mac, that 4X Gold, that's shit, mate. That's garbage. But,
was it Castlemaine 4X? I remember those adverts when I was 18-year-old. It was like, fucking hell.
Yeah, no, you don't have 4X. I mean, even Foster's, like, we send that over to you guys to drink.
Foster's is shite, mate. Foster's gives me the worst hangover on the fucking plant. I hate
we that. We don't even get Foster's anymore in BC.
When you go on a cruise, they sell the big pint can. Foster's like, nah, fuck that. Give me a Pilsner.
J Mac will back me up on it because he knows that I used to drink a lot of fucking other shit. Was the old pink gin? I'm partial to a bit of pink gin.
That's right. Yeah, I remember.
Both of you actually, all three of you will be able to, sort of think of that because we used to drink quite a lot of that in this house. I've not had it for a while, but yeah, the old pink gin, man, I'm partial to that. And the best hangover cure is full English breakfast the next day. That's the best hangover cure.
Oh, bangers and mash.
No. So proper bacon, none of your fucking North American shit. Proper bacon, sausages, beans, mushrooms, fried eggs. And then a tomato. Just that'll swear you right away, man.
That's what I love cooking up too. If I'm cooking and I've got a hangover, I'll cook up mushies, fucking tomato, bacon, fucking a whole lot.
Yeah. Full brekkie.
And toast, But if I haven't got that much, as long as there's bacon in there, you're laughing.
Look, see, James put it. He said pink gin is a Scouse classic.
He's right here. Foster's is nasty as fuck. Yeah, that's why they sell cruise chips. Folks, isn't too
bad. They still make fucking Foster's? Like, I haven't seen it.
Only in America. This one here, Bogues, that's a Tassie beer. But what's that other one they got down there? Is it? It's not Cascade, but there's another one. I remember when I went to Tassie, it had a white carton, had a green Crest logo on it, and it tasted quite nice. And when fucking years ago, when me and the missus went around Tassie, I kept buying that at the pub, and it was all right. It was a good drop. What else you got here? I enjoy something. Pink gin, here we go. Pink gin. It's like when
it's that time of year now when we start going mental with the old live streams and getting shit faced on every single live stream. That's what this is like. This time last year, this is when it started. This is
it's starting now, and Road Rash has just come back on the scene, so it's all starting up again.
So if we're going off old school rules, I'll be spewing up port all over my carpet. Road rash will be falling asleep. Smitty, you'll be disappearing.
Actually, that time when Rush had that fucking pink gin in the pinky task, like he knocked it off. I was at work.
The pink lemonade fucking vodka.
Pink lemonade. He knocked it off in about fucking 40 minutes, half an hour, a whole bottle.
Yeah, that stuff's just pure danger, man.
It was dribbling and jabbering and boo boo in 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to touch that stuff again. I went to work the next day. I was so hungover. Jeez, it wasn't worth the hangover.
No hangover breakfast would have cured that one.
I think I had about maybe 4 hours sleep, and I was like, "Oh, I got to go to work." Wasn't enough time to make any breakfast. I just had to have coffee and go.
Here's J-Mac says the good old days. Yeah, well, it's all starting again, Mac.
Let's do it again, man. Let's do it again.
Yeah,
Christmas festive season, they call it the festive season.
Yeah,
and everyone
some really
excuse me because they're all sitting at home drinking because they can't go nowhere.
You know what? We had a laugh. We had a fucking right laugh doing some of them live streams. I tell you that. As you know, No,
right. Don't. Yeah. It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Remember, you came out like fucking. I think it was 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. You were shit faced by 10 o'clock.
You had to make the missus drive around the rest of the day.
Fucking brilliant.
That's right. Yeah, I drank about 5 or 6. I said, I better go make some breakfast.
One time though, you stayed on for ages, man. You was like, I remember you saying, I do remember what you meant. I've just got up. Let me go and have a coffee, then I'll get on it. You did. You had a coffee, and that was it. You were there for about 4 hours. Like
that. Yeah, yeah. That's when I had to get the missus to drive around that day. Do you want to drive? No, you can drive. It's all good.
See you, girl versus life. Good night.
See you later, girl.
Oh yeah. See you later. All right, next one. Number 10. We're getting there. Tattoos. Have you and how many tattoos? I know you've all got tattoos. Tell us your story about your first tattoo or interesting story.
I have no tattoos.
You don't have any tattoos?
No, I have no tattoos. I could tell you a story why I have no tattoos.
Yeah, that's good.
So there's a guy.
That surprised me.
Okay,
I know.
So I got a doppelganger, right? This guy looks basically like my twin brother. If I had a twin brother, this guy looks exactly like me. And of course, he's covered in tattoos. One day after work, I decided to go to our local Greasy Spoon over here and have dinner. And the guy that was sitting beside me, he was robbed by this guy. And of course, he went and called the police. And and as I'm leaving, fucking here's 10 cops fucking pointing guns at me and stuffing me on the ground, driving their knee into the back of my neck and putting me in handcuffs, right? And then I find out that later that this guy because they asked me if I had any tattoos. I show them my arms. I got no tattoos or whatnot. But I found out that this guy was going around and robbing drug dealers in Delta, where I was working as a garbage man at the time. And he's robbing all these drug dealers at gunpoint and shot one guy in the leg. And so there was basically a bullet with my name on it, but I was never ever shot because they would look at me and they were like, is it him or not? Right. But anyway, so I got arrested. And anyways, my cousins were the tough guys in that town. I got 4 cousins that were all brothers, and they basically beat up everybody, and they knew everybody in that town. And when I told them what happened, they fucking made phone calls to all these guys and said, hey, that's our fucking cousin. You fuck with him, you're going to have to deal with us. And all of a sudden, fucking cops got a hold of me. Oh, yeah, so you're not the guy we're looking for. All of a sudden, all these dudes are driving by in cars, honking and waving at me and shit like that while I'm working on the back of the garbage trucks. And every now and then, I'll get some fucking big old steroid looking motherfucker covered in tatties, and he's just fucking eyeballing me. And I got to pull up my sleeves to make sure that he can see that my arms are not covered in tattoos because, fuck, I don't know, right? Because there's this dude that looks like me. So I just will not get tattoos. If I'm living here, I won't get tattoos because, fuck, I don't want somebody shooting me because I look like somebody else is going around robbing people at gunpoint, right?
That's it. So, you got a clone running around who's got tattoos.
Yeah.
Similar dude, yeah. Cool. Yeah, well, I understand why you don't have tattoos then.
Yeah.
Okay, Scouts.
I suppose for me, mate, is this fucking thing on my arm, which I never show anybody. Is I'll just show you a little bit of that bastard there. It's the Liverpool badge, right? But I was 18 years old. I walked into this fucking shithole tattooist in Liverpool. And he was a fucking Evertonian. I know he was an Evertonian Blue Nose Everton fan. And he went, "Oh, I'm not doing that shite." I was like, "Come on." "Come on." He went, like, "Fuck it, 20 quid or whatever." He said, right. So he did it, and it looks fucking awful. It looks like a 12-year-old wrote it on there in French. So it's been on there, 20 years, 20 odd years, 22 years. And I've just never got round to getting it either fucking, over.
Yeah, you get it covered up with a better one.
The liver bird, mate, looks like a fucking pelican on smack. God, so it never comes out. It never ever comes out, and that's obviously when my right arm. That's why I've got that now. That's proper done by a fucking award-winning artist in Germany, and I remember saying to myself, I am never ever ever going to a shithole tattooist in my life. So I got that one done, and then obviously I got I think you can see the 6 stars there for the 6 European Cups that we've won.
I remember when you got that one, yeah.
So
18 was when you got your first one?
18-year-old, 22 years ago.
Yeah, I never got tattooed till I was fucking 25. 25, like I'm picky. I was, being a screen printer, and you're sort of on the artist side of things, and you get shit like that.
It's like a fucking 12-year-old's done it, look.
Yeah.
It's shit. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. But it's just if I was in Liverpool, if I'd have lived in Liverpool for the past 20 odd years, then I'd have my ass handed to me for that. Because but it's gonna get over. I'm gonna go over it, man. I'm gonna get the sleeve completely done, and it's gonna go forever because it's fucking horrendous.
It's it. It's like my first one was feral pig busting out because my oldies, they fucking hate tattoos, so that's why it took so long to get one. But on the black sheep, so I went and did it, and I hid it from them for a fucking fair while with respect to them because they're just in that older class and that type of thing. And the way my old man grew, he was a hard man, so I was worried about what he was going to fucking do, but I hid it for ages. We're out shooting, and we're getting little black ticks on us. And because my first one was on my shoulder blade, it's a feral pig busting out, and we had to lift the shirts up, and my brother's lifted up, and he goes, "Oh, you're tattooed, you bastard!" He's just gone, "Whoa, don't show your mother that." That's all he said. I thought, fucking got away with that one. And ever since that was it. Well, the cast is broken. I can go get more. So. Now this fucking went hell for leather, but they're too expensive to fucking keep doing it. But
it's expensive as fuck now, though, mate. To get tattooed now is expensive as fuck.
It's fucking they charge $150 an hour.
They can literally charge what they want, and people will pay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. My favorite one, or not my favorite, one of it is me Blink 182 on my hand because that's sentimental reasons and whatnot.
Yeah.
And, whatnot, because Kirsten's brother, we're all into the Blink, and that's sort of the main reason she's got a couple on her feet, but that's about it. But I do want to, because this has got 2 artists. Quentin did that one, and then this bloke, Justin, he did that. That was cool. It's all grey wash, but I can't marry it together because the grey wash won't marry up with the new inks they got these days. So I'm contemplating whether to put it. I'm going to get a Predator and maybe on the shoulder or that one. I did want to keep it all on the one arm, but that's later. So I'll work it out later. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, I retired in 14 months, mate, and I'm going back home to Liverpool. And there's a guy in Liverpool called James Brennan, and he does shows, he does tattoos around the world, mate. He's one of the best. I think he's in the top 100 tattooists in the world. And he's based in Liverpool, and I've had to book him now for 14 months' time when I get out to get my sleeve done. And the stuff he does, man, is unbelievable. He's an ex-soldier. He's an I used to work with him. He's an ex-soldier, and he's just unbelievable, mate. The stuff he does is just phenomenal. And I want to get a Second World War sort of we will remember him sort of theme on the whole sleeve now, mate. And he's fine.
There's some fucking good artists out there now. Like all the good artists here are fucking. There's one bloke, Remus, I follow on Instagram. He's got a real dark theme, and he's really good. He's in South Australia. Yeah. But then on my Instagram, you'll see Garage Inc. sort of up the Gold Coast tattooing, and what's her name? Tennille, her name is. I think she's fucking magic. But all the tattooers she's got in there are young chicks, and they're fucking tight ass, and they're just, and their artwork's amazing. Like they're really good artists, and honestly, if you go there, you wouldn't be disappointed with who tattoos you. But I really want her to tattoo me because I've seen her for again ages. I've been studying her artwork and all that for the last few years. Yeah. Just Queensland's, it's fucking 10 mining hours up the road, and then you got to fucking pay for a fucking tattoo and go back and whatnot and travel fucking all to do it. So it's going to be like a $1,500 job if you do go that way. So
yeah, it's probably about a 3-day thing with James. Like he's and he charges £500 for a full day sort of thing. So you're in there, from whatever till whatever, £500. So whatever that is, and the rest of the world. But probably going to be at least £1,500 for me to get it done. So, but it'll be worth it, mate. Because like I said, he's one of the best artists in the world. He's phenomenal at what he does. Fucking wins awards for flying centre. It's unreal, man. The shit he does, and he's literally based himself out of Liverpool. So
that's the way. Hey, Clinton, you bloke, the tattoos you work, mate. See, that's up Queensland way, though, isn't it? I think he's up Queensland. I'm not 100% sure. Cool. All right, number 11. Oh, 11. Okay, yeah, it's a ride one. What's your number one ride to do? Like, you got half hour or fucking a bit of time, and you just automatically jump on the bike and go to this
beer store.
to the bottle shop.
No, the beer store, man. To the beer store and back.
With me,
I'll ride. You'd be surprised how far I'll ride just to go try a beer. If I'm at work and I happen to pick a beer for a store that I haven't tried yet, I'll get on the bike and I'll go ride to that store just to get that beer.
I recall you do. That's most of your videos. You're off to the beer store. With me, I'll jump on the bike. I'll go out there, have a look at the lighthouse, and then shoot back home and have a beer. There's 2 or 3 pubs on the way. I'll stop at one of them. And then it's only like a 40-minute fucking ride, but it's a good one out to the fucking. Oh no, he's in Sydney. Okay, sorry, mate. I thought you were in fucking Queensland because you mentioned skid pig and that, or wool pigs. So what's North Shore? Okay, wasn't he Manly or DY? In a minute. Cool. Where are we? Yeah, what's your yearly favourite ride, Scousey? You got planes, haven't you?
If we're talking like half an hour distance, mate, there's fucking nothing. It's just
yours is probably the Thursday night bike night. Just go down there and get on it.
Yeah, exactly that, mate. And that was, that's within sort of 20-minute ride, and it's Tuesday night bike night, which is 20 minutes down the road. So yeah, that's probably, if I'm honest, the only decent ride within 20 minutes. So anything under, over and under that is, you're just riding around town, mate, because it's flat as fuck. There's nothing to do. The nearest mountain's 2.5 hours, 3 hours away. So
yeah, Alberta is like, it is flat as fuck, and there's it's to go from one point to another point, you're looking at a 2-hour ride.
Yeah, Exactly.
Nothing there, man. Nothing but farm.
hence why I'm moving to Calgary, because there's fucking nothing down here. I'm whack.
Yeah. Yeah, Baggy, he just popped in. He'll probably come back and watch it later, I think he said.
He's a legend, that boy.
Yeah, he's all right. He's fucking. I thought he was in Darwin still, but he's all the way over Broome.
Did you see the floods he's having? Did you watch his video?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
There's some rain. We're supposed to have it fucking for nearly a fortnight again. It's summertime. We get fucking rain, like heaps. Up Queensland, it's flooding everywhere. It's from Coffs Harbour up, which is Coffs Harbour is 2 hours north of us. So we've had a bit of rain, but
it's 5 days.
Coffs Harbour's the fucking wettest place in New South Wales, and from there up, it goes all the way up to Queensland. And yeah, fucking amazing the floods up.
Good job he's got that Jeep to get around.
Yeah, you need a 4B. Just send it.
Careful, mate. Careful.
Okay, well, up to the last question. Bucket list goals for your channel. Like, what's your bucket list? I know mine is to meet as many fucking motovloggers and YouTubers on here as we can, and as we keep going. And what about you guys? What's the bucket list for your channel? Or something on your bucket list?
Go ahead, Scouse. I got to think this one out.
Yeah. Do you know what I'd like to do, mate? I'd like bucket list for the channel is I'd like to do something meaningful for the military / veteran community. I don't know whether that would be a ride or try and set up a yearly ride to something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think once I move up towards the mountains, where there'll be a bit more sort of take up and a bit more opportunity to do what I wanted to do, what I want to do with the channel. But if I can do a yearly ride, mate, to something where I drag a load of vets with me, or serving personnel with me, and we go to somewhere like a monument, or we visit, like we ride to like back in the UK, it's called Ride to the Wall, and they ride to the Memorial Arboretum where all lads are remembered on the wall. Something like that is what I'd love to do. That's my ultimate bucket list is to get to a point where I do something that means something for somebody else. And that would be my ultimate bucket list in the end. Whether I'll get to that point, mate, I don't know. But even if we start small and work our way to being where it should be and being where it needs to be, and because I like to do a lot for the veterans and serving personnel, as it were. Shit that you don't see on YouTube that I do, and it's that you don't like to say, oh, I'll do this and blah blah blah. It's an ongoing thing for me. So yeah,
that's the way.
For me, a bucket list for my channel and stuff, and it would be I would just love to go ride Europe. I would just like to start the UK and just work my way south. I watch all the boys in the UK there, and I just like what's his name, Alcamoto. And I'm always enthralled by all the stones all down the side of the streets, the old stone buildings. And then there's another guy I watch that he lives in Germany, and he doesn't talk too much in his videos. And when he does, it's all in German, so I don't understand anything he's saying, unfortunately. But seeing all the old stone buildings and everything that's all, that has history behind it, because I kind of like that history stuff. And I would love to go over there and just film and make videos and just to see it all, right? Just because when you're seeing it on your little screen is one thing, but to see it actually in person and see how
exactly.
It's just I would love to do that,
I hear, because I only did geography at school, and in all honesty, I thought at school, fuck, everything's going to be computers. So fuck, what's the use of doing history? I'll go do geography, learn about the land and whatever unfolds and whatever else, and glaciers and shit. And now I'm more in the history side of things, because like thinking back what it was like in the day, and like you go to an old jail in 1880 and you imagine what it was like there, and you just think back, what if and what happened and all that type of stuff, and learning the history. So exactly. I've done the full circle. I'm more into that now. Like, I love the country and all that, but now I'm more interested in the history of anything and whatever else and whatever they got to tell me, because that's all life is. You're reminiscing and thinking about past and what's gone on, and imagine what went on here and things like that. So.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Like, you see, like these old stone fences that in the UK and stuff. It's like, wow, when was that made? And where did you guys have to get all the rocks to haul down to there to make fences? And they go for fucking miles, man. And then you look at the countryside, because when I see, like I said, El Komodo, you guys, there's not a whole lot of trees over there. All I see is a whole lot of stones. So I can understand why everything's all made of stone and shit, right?
And that's
just
when you think
the time that was put in to build all those, and for miles and miles and miles, it must have taken years. And how many people did it, were there, building that, right?
This is it, mate. People don't realize how old the UK is. It's thousands of years old.
Exactly.
It's even Liverpool. As soon as you get outside of Liverpool, it's the same. You get all, and especially over in Wales and Cheshire and stuff like that. I mean, most of the boundaries, the land boundaries, started in the 1200s, 1300s, 1100s. And they stayed the same right the way through till now and probably beyond. And people never, like you say, mate. People never used to cut trees down because they belonged to the king, and you weren't allowed to cut trees down. So they had to make walls out of stone, and they literally dig down till they find stone, or go to quarries or whatever, and build everything. Jesus Christ! I mean, the Romans built Hadrian's Wall in I don't know, whatever it was, something AD, like really old as fuck.
I
think it went on from there, So yeah, the UK is old, and I think it goes back to thousands of years, medieval times, and so on and so forth.
Oh, exactly. And it's like here, we only kicked off in 1770, like when fucking they threw the ship over here and all the convicts and that sort of landed on the beaches. So, Australia's just an island for years. Obviously, like the Aboriginals were here prior to that, but we were convicts in here, and we're all here in 1770 onwards. So, so over there, it's fucking way back.
America's only 200 odd year old, America, and UK is thousands of years old, compared to most.
Yeah.
Then like saying the Vikings and all that earlier on and everything, closer.
Exactly. It's crazy.
It's like I'd love to go to England, and I'd love to get to Isle of Man one year. that's one of my bucket lists. If I do go to England, I do want to go to Isle of Man, because I'm not going all that way not to see the fucking Isle of Man.
On the ferry at Liverpool as well, by the way.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah, Liverpool across
you'll be back there by then, so it'll be sweet.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here now, but that's me. We're set up shop here. Yeah, but I've still got my mum and dad and my family back there, so hell yeah, I'm never gonna not go back, clearly. But I'll be for holidays and stuff like that. So
that's it. Well, that's it, guys. That was the last question. Thanks for
13. That was 13 questions. Wow.
Well,
13 questions. All done.
Thanks for asking.
Good job. Yeah, you saved me.
That's fun.
Well, that's it. We'll let you, fall flat on your ass, man. So hell yeah, we'll jump in. Absolutely.
Yeah, as long as you get people in the chat, you can always pull them in and have a chat. So that's a good thing about it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get her on eventually. She's pretty switched on and whatnot. And I had to revamp the questions for her because she's not a motor vlogger. But just my questions are like, how young were you when you got the gift, and and how do they speak to you and stuff like that? Because she's a clairvoyant or a medium type of situation, and I reckon that'd be pretty freaky if you're a kid, 10-year-old, and you got all these fucking things speaking to you. You wouldn't sleep pretty soon. So it'd be interesting.
It'll be it'll be interesting to watch, mate. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. No worries.
Cool.
Well, cool, guys. What is it? Fucking nearly an hour and a half. Yeah, we'll call it now. There's only 3 in here. It's probably us. Okay. Cheers, guys.
Well, listen, mate. Thanks for having us on, mate. Take it easy. Road Rash, good to see you back. I'm glad you're still alive.
Have a good one.
I can't wait to come back. So.
Yeah, can't wait to more lives. You're sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Well, party season begins, so we'll get back to like we were last year. So
that's it.
Your liver.
Thanks, Luke.
Cheers, mate. See you, mate. See you guys. See you, Road Rash.